Okay, Mr. Mayor, context matters. So let me give you the important context of my question. On the 26th of June this year, Councillor Jacobson asked you a very pertinent question. He said, "Are you trying to turn Cape Town into Hong Kong?" To my surprise and great admiration, you responded by saying that you were in fact aspiring to turn Cape Town into Hong Kong.
That I actually accept his criticism that we perhaps are trying to convert Cape Town into Hong Kong too quickly. If his only criticism, or if his major criticism of us is that we are being too ambitious, then I really welcome that criticism.
If that is in fact the case, let me say that I would support and agree with you 100%, and I believe many would. But let me now temper my enthusiasm and compliments with the reality of facts. Places like Hong Kong, Singapore, and Dubai all rank consistently in the top 10 in the world for cities that have the lowest unemployment, highest standards of living, highest quality of life, strongest property rights, lowest taxes, and strongest free market policies. These places are literally the complete opposite to policies of centralized, socialist, and collectivist states which tax the productive to death to support a bloated bureaucracy and unsustainable social wealth.
Thank you, Councillor. The next question is from Councillor August.
Speaker, I didn't hear the question. Could you just ask his question crisply?
He didn't get the question. Councillor, please table the question, and then we'll move on. Okay, Councillor Miller, the question. I did ask you to get to the question. All right.
Councillor
Miller is on mute.
Yeah.
Can I ask the question, please?
Yes, please, get to the question.
Okay, so Mr. Mayor, after your budget was released earlier this year, you clearly positioned yourself in the pro-socialist camp. So you have two options here. You either believe in Hong Kong's low taxes and a productive, strong working middle class, protected by property rights and free market policies, or you believe in high rates and taxes where the working middle class is forced to pay for free and subsidized housing, water, electricity, and other services for the unemployed or indigent, like you've done here in Cape Town. So are you pro-working middle class like Hong Kong?
Thank you.
Or are you pro-socialist?
We got the question. Thank you. Mr. Mayor, if you can respond to those questions. Thank you.
Councillor Miller, absolutely. Our ambition is to be a absolute leading city of the world and a developed place where there is much less poverty, if no poverty, like in those developed world cities, where everyone has work, where no one grows up with the pain of extreme poverty, where no one grows up with the pain of hunger, where no one grows up with lack of access to decent services and dignified services and a good quality of life. We absolutely aspire to be a city and a country like that, unashamedly so. But we are not a place like that yet. We have got extreme levels of poverty in South Africa. We have lots of places in Cape Town where there is extreme poverty. We have lots of places where living conditions are extremely rough, where there is no dignified services yet. We have got lots of ever-growing new informal settlements. And it is simply not possible to say that while we aspire to be a first world developed city, we're going to do nothing to actually work towards getting to that place. We have to work towards that. Those places didn't become like that overnight. Hong Kong was a slum in the 50s and 60s. So was Singapore in the 50s and 60s. They developed by good national economic policy, by embracing the power of the market, by incentivizing investment and development. They did the right things over many, many decades, and the results are there for everyone to see. And other places as well. I don't only have to use Southeast Asian examples, but just look at what's happening in Indian cities now, in Mumbai and Delhi. Unbelievable growth and development, lifting hundreds of millions of people out of poverty because of active decision-making to say we are going to improve basic living conditions. When I visited India with Councillor Badruddin last year, we heard how they've rolled out 10 million new toilets for the poorest people in India just in the last few years. The Prime Minister of India has focused very much on toilets in a similar way that we are focusing on sanitation infrastructure in our city. So you massively oversimplify it when you describe it as pro-socialist. I must say, Councillor Miller, that's just nonsense. I know that there were some of your fellow travelers and handlangers online referring to me as, I think they're called a municipal Marxist, which I found very, very amusing. But let's just use some of the phrases you used. By the way, Cape Town already has the lowest unemployment in South Africa. Still far too high at 21%, but it's a good 15 points, 16 points lower than the rest of South Africa. Cape Town already has the lowest taxes in South Africa. I know you don't like to admit this, Councillor Miller, but it is by far and away, even with the increases we passed this year, the lowest taxes in South Africa is in Cape Town. There is not a single other one of the major cities that comes close. In fact, the next one, Johannesburg, is nearly double. It's only in the upper echelons of the highest property value bands above, well above 6 and 7 million and up, where we start to get close to Joburg's levels of tax rates and overtake them. And even when we overtake them at property levels above 7 or 8 or 9 million rand, we're still the second cheapest. We are still seventh out of the eight metros. So lowest unemployment, lowest taxes. We are absolutely working. I believe we are already the easiest place to do business in South Africa. We're working to be the easiest place to do business in Africa with unashamedly pro-business, pro-investment policies. So we are absolutely firmly in favor of growing this economy, growing the middle class, getting more people into work and out of poverty. We are also in favor of using the resources that we garner from that economy, from that successful, huge rise in property values, and use that to improve the quality of life of the poorest people in our city. We do so unashamedly. That does not make us socialists. That is just kind of high school political analysis, with all due respect.